Hey there folks, Crossflux and Broken Ideas, back with more bug fables.
Yay.
Yay, we're reaching endgame, slowly but surely. There is a lot of content in this little game. Very hard to believe that there's as much as there is, honestly.
And it's how much at full price?
I think full price the game is...
20?
like 20 or 30?
It's not 30. It's at max, I think it's 25.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, even if you've only enjoyed a little bit of what you've seen so far of the game, it's still definitely worth it. But, anyways, we are going to be taking down another big baddie today. So if you guys saw the last episode, you know that we've got a bounty on our list. Can we make it up this? We can. But it's not where we need to go. We actually need to come over here. Boingy.
Boing.
Alright. Hey, look!
Oh, I see.
An ant outpost. Oh man, it's a shame we didn't know what this was before. Interesting. Look, whenever he moves, you can see stuff under the robes.
Yeah, you
It's a
can.
little sus. Hey, Venus, what are you doing here?
I wonder why she's here.
Alright, we are at full health.
We have queen dinners.
We should. Alright, let's dig under here and grab whatever this is. Whoop. Whoop. Lore book!
The final
the
lore
last
book.
one. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's see what else this little place has to offer. It seems to be like a little village.
Looks like an abandoned town.
And none of them seem to speak Bugnish. Even Leaf, our resident linguist, doesn't have anything to say about it.
He's just like, yeah, this is...
He's just like, yeah,
weird.
this is fine, I guess. They all seem very excited about something. Is there anything in here? Nothing? Probably not. And we should still have a decent supply of stuff. We've got... Actually, we've only got one Queen's Dinner.
Do we have any help?
But we've got some other stuff. So we should be in good shape.
I hope so.
Me too. Hello, sir. Okay. That's, you know, where we come from, we have rules against that sort of exposure.
Yeah, even Leaf doesn't just let his little fungus worms hang out.
Alright, speaking of Leaf, let's go ahead and have him do the spying here.
I'm gonna guess he's not very vulnerable to ice.
It seems these critters are under a royal delusion, enough to grow quite powerful. We must save some TP if we're to endure its strongest moves.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those fights.
One of those.
One of those! Alright, we'll just, we'll play the slow and steady race. He's got tons of health, but I don't recall him being able to do too many crazy things. So, let's see. What does the regular attack do now? 3, yes. Oh, okay. He, attacks a lot. Never mind.
And he's got a ton of health. That's great.
Yep, indeed. Alright, I'm just gonna keep having Kabu do a little bit of damage. Leaf's at +1, so I think I'm gonna try and Frigid Coffin here. I'm pretty sure this guy, yeah, he can be frozen. Good.
Good.
Alright, in the meantime, let's see, is there anything we can do? I can give a Crunchy Leaf to
Leaf.
Leaf. And we will have Chompy do nothing. Alright, now let's try and... Let's put the smackdown on. Let's try Frozen Drill. And
Do it.
go to move.
Yeah.
That was quite a bit of damage. And with the +1, I'm gonna do the, he has no defense, so I'll just do Tornado Toss. And I screwed it up. I only missed out on 1 extra damage, so it's not really a big deal. Watch that extra point of damage
yeah,
come up
look at
there.
that.
Alright, he's charged himself up. You know what that means.
I'm gonna have to do the bubble shield.
Yep. Bubble shield for the whole party. In the meantime, let's just conserve as much TP as possible. We'll just hit him with a few weak attacks. We'll slowly whittle him down. He's already almost halfway there.
Halfway there.
He has a point of defense now, so...
Oh.
Okay. At least we had the shield up, so that's good. And his defense is gone, so that's good. I probably should have frozen drilled there. Oh,
You use
well.
leaf for it, right?
I could. But then Kabu would miss a turn next round. I think I'll just try and Frigid Coffin. Oh, I can't, because when Leaf does his whole party shield, it gives up 2 turns to do that. So I wouldn't have been able to Frozen Drill anyways. Oh, geez. Did not expect a move like that.
Okay.
So her attack is way down. Let's have her use her turn healing then. Kabu is in really great shape. So I really don't want to do the Queen's Dinner. Let me just throw a Cherry Bomb at this guy. See what happens. Bomb. And his defense is dropped. That's pretty nice. And Frigid Coffin. Maybe get a freeze.
Yeah.
Alright, nice. Alright, Chompy, you sit there and look pretty, girl. He's still frozen. Should I wait another turn, or should
I
I...
would use this turn to heal with something.
Yeah, I don't... I
Maybe
got a
a
Honey
Miracle
Leaf.
Shake or a Honey Leaf?
Because I could use the TP as well. Again, pass the turn, or just...
I don't know. I would probably just heal up as much as you can on the weaker party members. Yeah,
if we go ahead and eat
that.
that,
and
then have Leaf do a Honey Drop as well.
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead and just spam our little cheap items. Okay, now, time to go full ham mode.
There we go.
Not too shabby.
Getting there.
A little bit at a time. Alright, show him your teeth, little Chompy. There you go.
Yay.
And it's at the part of the stage where he's going to spawn in enemies, but these guys luckily aren't too bad. They are flying, so that means Kabu can't really do anything about it. So
I would
let me
focus on the king first anyway, because he'll just respawn more.
That's true. He's also got defense, though. Alright, well, I'll do Hurricane Toss on him. And then I'll still have Leaf do the party-wide shield, because that big attack's coming out. And that'll also protect us from the minions for a turn. And I guess Kabu will just do a basic attack on him as well, since he can ignore defense. Okay. And then Leaf, Bubble Shield, bum bum bum.
Ooh.
Chomp!
Oh, shoot.
Oh, he can heal. That's alright. It's better than having wasted our attacks on the minions, only for him to eat them anyways. So yeah, I guess it's a good thing we didn't attack him after all.
Well, maybe we can freeze him again, and then he won't be able to do it.
Leaf's turn is gone, remember?
Oh,
Because we
right.
did the full party thing. We got a lot of damage buffs right now, thanks to him hitting Kabu. Alright, we're almost there.
He's just got 11 health left.
He's charging up again. 11? Oh, we can clear that. We can burst him down. And if we don't, then I guess we deserve to lose. That ought to do it.
Alright.
Whew. Close to a level.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course Vi takes it. It's shiny.
It's shiny. She can sell it for money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess all those spooky guys are gone.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just their little masks. All the moth flies were under the robes. And now they have no leader, so
Yep.
they have no business being here. Does Venus have any unique dialogue about this place, or is it going to be the generic, oh, this is dangerous?
Hey guys, Venus here. Huh? With the weird bugs all left, I suppose you had something to do with that, right?
You see everything, right, Venus? You should know. I am beginning to lose my faith in thee. Alright, well, let's one more bounty down, and we got the last lore book, so
Let's
I
go
say we
read
go
some
ahead
more.
and, yeah, let's have our promised story time. I know Broken and I have hinted at a lot of the lore throughout the series, but now we get a chance to actually experience it firsthand. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we've forgotten.
Probably a bit. I mean, we haven't really played the game for a while until now.
1, 10, 20? Whoa, you've got to return all of them! We can read in peace now.
That took way too long. Can't you give us something for it?
Alright. You did go through quite a bit. Yeah, you're telling me. I've got this on me. I hope it helps you out. A crystal berry.
One?
One crystal berry. Thank you for still letting us use the premises. Help yourselves. It's always nice to see others read. Alright, well, let's read.
Let's read in order.
Yeah, we'll read all the way in order. Should we take turns reading as the various party members?
Sure, we'll go 3 at a time.
Yeah. Before the Day of Awakening, they say, we used to live very little, only a few days or moons, and most of that time we were helpless larvae. Marriage marked the end of life. It's inconceivable nowadays. For one, we don't even remember being larvae. Truly, becoming an adult is like being born, and then we get to enjoy this beautiful land for many years. It's hard not to pity our ancestors, who had to give up life so soon after becoming aware of it. So yeah, I guess that's a hint to how bugs are in our life.
Yeah. The normal bugs.
After tears were shed over Lysant's too sudden retirement, it was time to crown the new queen. Lysant II's speech radiated power over kindness, leaving many uneasy. Although everyone cheered, doubt and fear festered amongst the populace. They could only wait and pray their new queen would be just.
It had been just 1 moon after Queen Lysant II took the throne. Farmer ants kept reporting the disappearance of many aphid eggs. After a thorough investigation, a band of 17 ladybugs were found to be the culprits. Yes, 17. Her Majesty acted quick and restricted entry of most ladybugs from the ant kingdom. As of the time of this book was written, many special permits are required for them to visit. The move was seen as very controversial and has been the Queen's most criticized decision. It remains to be seen how our generation will handle the shifts caused by this event.
Ah, racism.
It even exists in bugs.
Yeah. After the Day of Awakening, many bugs changed form. We evolved to be able to live as we do now. But not all bugs evolved. Some remain untouched by the awakening. We call them lesser bugs. Spiders, midges, weevils, and some others did not gain sentience. They remain unchanged.
What about that lizard man?
Yeah, it seems like some spiders are technically sentient, but I think it's because of magic, usually.
Oh.
The causes for that are still being researched, but unless another Day of Awakening happens, it will be difficult to study the changes. However, it's been concluded lesser bugs have become more ferocious and will attack bugs that come near them. It is said that the sapling was a creation of the roaches. The legends of the saplings have brought the first settlers to Bagaria, bringing upon the creation of the ant kingdom. According to legends, it is said that eating even one of its leaves will grant immortality to the bug that eats it. Our only clue to its whereabouts are artifacts mentioned in ancient texts. They say one resides in Snakemouth Den, but its dangers have proven too much to conquer. Was it truly made by the roaches? Could it have caused the roaches to vanish? I hope this chapter of history will be cleared up in my lifetime.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever, buddy.
Rumors say that during Lysant I's rule, roaches that lived in Snakemouth Den were faced with a sudden demise. In one night, all the roaches that lived there were gone, and fungi monsters appeared. Expeditions sent have always suffered losses, so the search for the reason was put on hold. Snakemouth Den is rumored to be a host of many ancient crystals. Could that be the cause?
No, it sounds like roaches tampering with something they shouldn't have.
Gee, I wonder what.
The bees are close allies with the ants, and came in shortly after Lysant I settled down in these lands. While they used to make honey themselves, technological advancements made robotic drones slowly take over the honey's production. Many bees of the newer generation, barring scholars, do not fully understand how to make it. Their society is mostly composed of females, with males residing in the queen's chambers.
Sure.
I guess Bianca's got it pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Although they've been around long before Lysant I's arrival, the wasps live just outside of Bagaria. Thus, the ants hold the title of first settlers. They control most of the northern territory composing of the far grasslands and wild swamplands, and will attack anyone they catch intruding. Due to a history of internal conflict, even the young are well versed in military tactics and combat. I guess that explains why they haven't really taken over anything. They're too busy fighting themselves.
Yeah. The termites, like the wasp, lived in these lands before Lysent 1, and like them, lived just outside of Bulgaria. An isolationist society, they say the termites were close allies of the roaches, and as such possess advanced technology within their dome. Unlike bees and ants, the termites possess both male and female soldiers and work in their sorority. They are also very good builders and know how to use clay well.
So yeah, that's actually something I've kind of forgotten. Like, the roaches did die out a while ago, but not so much long ago that, like...
People don't remember.
Or
at least, like, rulers who seem to live longer.
Yeah, so I can't remember if there's actually a lore book on it or not, but I think the queens can live much longer than regular bugs. Mm-hmm. I think they probably live like a couple 100 years or something like that.
Right.
Kind of like, like an elf in a fantasy setting as opposed to humans. The roaches are the oldest of the bugs that rose after what they call the Day of Awakening. Having mastered the art of crystals, their civilization rose on top of this abundant power source. However, they suddenly disappeared. Many have speculated on the reason. Popular sentiment is some sort of civil war must have led their civilization to crumble. Personally, I doubt it. Surely, some would have remained then. If some roaches did survive, they live far from Bulgaria. Perhaps not even they would know of what their ancestors did. Basically, no one knows.
Nobody knows.
History tells of insects soaring the sky, covering great distances. Nowadays, only the bees, wasps, and a few lesser species seem to retain that privilege. Even so, most bugs continue to possess wings. Day-to-day life doesn't quite need flight, so perhaps we as a collective have evolved past it. Could it be that one day bees will not flap their wings any longer? Okay, so I guess...
they've evolved so good they don't need to fly? Why would that be?
And I don't care how convenient your society is. Like, flight is flight.
Yeah. According to data found in ancient roach slabs, mantises used to have claws instead of hands before the Day of Awakening. What a weird way to live. How would they be able to hold stuff to make art or even cook nowadays? Thinking about it, this might be why they have an affinity for sharp tools. Fascinating. Some lesser mantids and mimics still have claws instead of hands. Such a pity.
Big, meaty claws. Many crystals exist around the world, filled with a mysterious power. The old roaches learned how to harness their magic, and crystals are now used as power sources for many machinery and other things. No current side effects from crystal exposure are known, making them relatively safe. Some children's tales mention that sometimes sounds can be heard from them if in a quiet enough place. Probably fake. Archaeologists say these crystals appeared at the same time the Day of Awakening started, suggesting a link between... Yeah, it is interesting. Like, I wish we knew more about what the crystals are. Bugs can be classified into two types, social and loners. Social bugs usually have a single queen, the mother of the colony. Although all individuals are siblings, they do not tend to see it that way. Some individuals grow closer to others by choice, creating their own small family cell. Social bugs are separated into workers or civilians. Workers are born to protect and take care of running the colony. Workers take their jobs seriously and will fulfill their duties the best they can. Recently, some workers have rebelled to lead a loner life. This too could be an evolution.
Vi is the evolution of her bee kind.
Indeed. Civilians form family bonds more easily and care for the general well-being of their colony. It should be noted that social bugs referring to their queen as mother is considered a taboo. The queen, however, has freedom to call others their children. The queen has freedom to do whatever she wants.
She's the queen.
She's the queen. That's what it means to be queen.
Something about the pollen collected from Bulgarian flowers causes the honey produced here to be super sweet, but also super volatile. If the honey is mixed too thick or heated up too much, it becomes alive and turns into a bean called an Obama honey. Scientists are still trying to figure out what causes the honey to turn into these beasts. Many tests point towards crystal fragments and the plant's Bulgaria being the culprit, but there's no conclusive proof.
When in doubt, crystals did it. Just crystals do everything. It is unknown how long bugs have been using these specific types of berries as currency, but it is a very effective method. Hard, long-lasting, and very bitter, these berries are almost never eaten for their horrible taste. Their small size is perfect for carrying them around, too. There have been recorded cases of some bugs actually enjoying eating these berries, but almost no one can stomach their taste. I did like Bug Fables' unique take on like a currency system.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of small details about how their world works. It's really great from a world building perspective. There are some rare berries in Bulgaria that are worth a lot. A lot. We call them dark cherries. A red counterpart has been found in the eastern lands, but due to how common they aren't as sought after. The dark variants strangely seem to only grow underground. Meanwhile, the red ones grow in tall trees. In any case, some bugs have a keen sense of smell for dark cherries. They're hired to find them, so that they may be sold to collectors. I am so hungry thinking about these dark cherries that I cannot read properly.
After the Day of Awakening, not all bugs stood equal in society. Many ants, bees, wasps, and others failed to evolve with the rest. Many long disputes and frustration occurred because of this. Thankfully, with the passing of time, all bugs experienced the awakening.
Well, that kind of contradicts the whole...
I think they mean they all got deaded and only the awakening ones got to go on to breed and create more awakened ones.
I guess so. Since the Day of Awakening, we mature faster, but our infant stage is still critical. There can be events where the caterpillar or grub stages get interrupted, causing unforeseen consequences. If one is not careful, the youngling can turn into a dangerous lesser bug. Nurseries must be protected and treasured at all costs so that our future generations don't suffer such a fate.
So bugs don't take care of their babies, I guess?
Well, again, the queen is the only one who actually reproduces.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think there's like nurseries in the castle. Because Kabu also mentioned earlier that people don't remember their larval state.
Yeah.
When they molt or metamorphose into their what we would call their bug forms, that's when they've reached their adult bodies. But they're still like a child mentally at that point because they don't remember
Which is why
anything.
we see bug children.
Yeah, that's why we see like those little bug butterflies, children and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, they act like children, although they technically have adult bodies. It's weird.
That's weird.
But I like that. I like that this whole setting is very weird, and that there is actually a lot of time and thought put into this.
I think it's Leaf's turn, right?
Oh, is it? It would make sense. It's about magic.
Mm-hmm.
Magic is uncommon, and few bugs are able to use it. Some bees theorize that crystal exposure can grant magic powers, but testing yearns no fruit. A legendary wizard that lived in these lands used to experiment with crystals to learn their magic properties. But he suddenly disappeared, and all knowledge of how crystals relate to magic disappeared with him. Rumors have said that he might be living in the far grasslands, but no traces have been located. Well, except for Team Snakemouth, because they apparently do everything.
Deep underground below the Forsaken Lands, it is said a massive crystal resides. Said crystal might be linked to why Bulgaria is such a haven in this area. The ancient Roach texts suggest it fell from the heavens during the Day of Awakening, piercing the earth. They said the crystal's aura protects Bulgaria from the outside world's great perils. Some say that it is tied to the goddess Venus, the local deity of the Golden Settlement. Although personally, I would prefer not to speculate using local folklore. Further study is necessary, but the termites prohibit anyone from digging under the Forsaken Lands. Until relations between the kingdoms improve, reaching the crystal is currently impossible.
It's a shame. We could explore so much. The gigantic feral beasts that surround Bulgaria. It's uncanny how we've gotten used to them. Lysant I braved the Deadlands, riddled with those creatures, to ensure our peace. Although Bulgaria is protected by the Mother Crystal, I struggle to write when I think of what could happen should that crystal lose its power. So I guess the Deadlands are just what they call anything outside of Bulgaria.
Probably.
Just like a super wild area where there's tons of creatures. Like,
The
we've seen how
awakening.
dangerous Bagaria is,
Yeah.
but it's way worse outside.
The awakening seems to have only affected a small area, and anything outside of that doesn't really exist.
Basically, this one person's front yard.
Yes.
Far beyond the swamplands lay the Northern Kingdom, home to mostly many kinds of beetles. They are very traditionalist and hold honor above all else. However, many travel to Bagaria to escape the Deadlanders' attacks. The trip to Bagaria is hard enough, but the north houses the swamps, filled with more dangerous creatures. To avoid the wasp hostility, most take the long route around their kingdom. It's the most insane of trips. Truly, the lives of the Northerners is not an easy one. And good old Kabu has experienced that.
Yeah. To the far east of Bagaria lay the Deadlands we fear so much. Monsters everywhere, and a feeling of utter dread. Who knows how, but I braved through the odds. Eventually I reached the Eastern Kingdom. It is so different compared to Bagaria. It has many exotic fruits and materials that cannot be found in our kingdom. Many of its denizens live in a very close community that shuns outsiders. The only exception to this seems to be a rare species of bug that resembles fruits. Although friendly, other eastern bugs appear to stay clear of them. Is their smell too sweet? If I don't make it back to Bagaria, I'm glad I got to meet them. So the tangerine-nies?
Yeah, the tangerine creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, more ancient artifacts pop up. Given their size and unknown purpose, scholars believe giants roamed these lands. They could have existed all over the known world, in giant kingdoms to protect them from the Deadlands. When the Day of Awakening happened, the giants must have vanished. Only their artifacts remain. There's no way to know, is there? Maybe they caused the awakening themselves. Perhaps they fell to the Deadlands, or created them. Maybe someday they will return to reclaim their old home. Maybe they have left for another world. I'm a bug of facts, but even I am reduced to daydreaming about their fate. At least we have their monuments, showing us glimpses of days past. I don't know how I feel about being referred to as a giant.
Well, we are to bugs.
Mm-hmm. The following cannot be confirmed, having been retrieved from a book in a Roach village's ruins. According to this book, written by Roderick the Roach Scholar, what we call the Day of Awakening, the Roaches called the Day of Reckoning. It was an event where they woke up to the world. They share our belief that before that day we were not different from the lesser bugs amongst us. A cataclysm happened suddenly, which banished the once fabled giants to another world. Only bugs and some other creatures were left in this world. After said cataclysm, the roaches became sentient, giving birth to civilization. Other books by Roderick mention fires raining down from the sky and destroying the earth. Expeditions have not found craters or traces of such a disaster. Its constant mention in roach texts suggests it was a big part of their culture. Or could it be a religious creation myth? Roderick, were you lying? How are we supposed to find out? Curses. I'll keep this book hidden away until I can find the truth. I'll head into the eastern lands once more if I have to.
Okay. So that was all the books.
Yep, that's all the books. Gives us just enough stuff to speculate our own fan theories and stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff in this game that they could easily expand on in a sequel title.
I would like a sequel. I don't need it to follow Team of Snakemouth at all.
I would prefer it not to follow them. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, the series is called Bug Fables with the subtitle being, this is the particular fable of the everlasting sapling, involving Team Snakemouth and Bagaria. But we could easily have another Bug Fables game that's like in the Eastern Lands or the Northern Kingdom.
Or from the roaches' perspective.
Yeah, in the past, maybe we get a game where roaches are still around.
Yeah.
And it could fill in a lot of stuff. And again, there's so many hints of stuff. We could get answers to the giants, the crystals, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't want everything answered anyways. It kind of takes away from the mysterious, like the mystique and the setting. Because another thing I like about games that do good world building is like, I know Genshin Impact does this too, is the game itself doesn't actually explain to the player exactly in sure details, this is how things happened. If you get lore,
from the perspective of scholars in that world. And,
exactly.
Since scholars have different brains and different ideas and different places they live, they're going to have conflicting information.
Yeah, exactly. There's conflicting information. The validity of the author itself isn't always 100% accurate. They put their own biases into things. So it's like, it feels like you're literally researching the world as if you are a part of that world. And I like that better. One, it's easier for the writers of the game to come up with stuff because they could always, if they have a better idea of how things could work out, later on they can essentially retcon it and be all like, oh, well, the original piece of dialogue we had about this event, they were wrong. They were wrong. That was their speculation. This is what really happened. So it kind of allows future-proofing of the world building. And again, it helps you get immersed into it. At least it does for me.
Yeah, I really like it.
That was a long wait. I was really excited to get around to reading that lore, so I'm glad we got to experience it. But there's still a few more tasks we need to accomplish before we continue the story. I know Queen Elizant's getting real sick of us. The Ant King's probably gotten the sapling by now. But, we got bounties to clear. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.
Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day.